Educators, please welcome Miss Yuliana Dewi.
Okay, thank you Mas Dana. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Minggu Belajar bersama Mentari Teachers Academy. So today we are in English primary sessions and my name is Yuliana. You are going to be with me for about 2 hours. It's really an honor for me. I've been to several places in Indonesia back then when I was teaching online, but now because I'm teaching online now, I can see people from all around Indonesia, from Aceh to Papua. It's really an honor. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for participating in my class today. All right, so to start with, usually I don't really like if I don't know my participants. I know that there are hundreds of you. It's really an honor for me. I'm really happy for that. But I just want to know a little bit more about you, okay? So before I start the lesson, I want you to do something for me. Good, everyone? So give me a thumbs up. Okay, right, good. So I want you to wiggle your hands, okay? Wiggle your hands. Very good, everybody. All right, now I want you to wiggle your hands if you are from Jakarta. Ooh, everybody from Jakarta, welcome. Right. And then wiggle your hands if you are from Sumatra. Anybody from Sumatra over here? Wow, okay, very good. And then wiggle your hands if you are from Bali. Bali, I miss you, Bali. I miss you a lot. And wiggle your hands if you are from Sulawesi. Is there anybody here from Sulawesi? Yay, I miss Makassar a lot too. I like the food over there. And wiggle your hands if you are from East Indonesia, Maluku, Papua, and Nusa Tenggara. Is there anybody over here? All right. Now, if you are from the Philippines, just want to know, if you're from the Philippines, can you just wiggle your hands for me? Wow, hello there. Okay, nice meeting you all. Right, good job, everybody. So now, just one more thing, because you are now, teaching in Indonesia, all the Filipinos friends. So I just want to know, yeah? Yeah. So who likes Indomie? If you really like Indomie, you are really Indonesians. Yay, everybody likes Indomie. I like Indomie too. All right, okay. Great job, everybody. So give me the thumbs up. Right, okay, good job. Right, now, and then before I start, usually 2 o'clock is the time when you are having a nap. Or maybe this is a time when you are getting sleepy, yeah? Right? After eating, after lunch, and then you just want to go to sleep, but then you are here with me. So we are going to do Simon Says, but it will be Miss Yuli Says, okay? So now we're going to do that, yeah? All right, together, okay? Miss Yuli says, close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Okay, very good. Everybody raise your hands up. All right. Everybody show me your book. Show me your book. All right. Everybody stand up. So you have to stand up. Really. Everybody sit down and smile. Yay. All right. Good job, everybody. So give yourself a big pat on your back. You are doing a good job. Good job, everybody. All right. Thank you. So now I'm going to share my materials with you. Thank you for participating with me today. Right, with ya. So, okay, this one. Right, okay. So, wait a minute. Okay. So today I'm just going to share something kind of like, this is a quote that Mentari Teachers Academy give spirit to, kind of like always learning to pursue wisdom, because if you want to be able to study more, if you want to be able to get more knowledge, then you need to always learn. But when you are teaching, so teach with the full heart, so you are giving your best, kind of like that. And in terms of teaching speaking, I just want to share this quote too. So teaching speaking offline is already challenging. Then you put it into online, which is more challenging. So what I just keep reminding myself every time I teach speaking to my students, to adults, or maybe to young learners, I always remember this. So when I teach, I do not teach. I just attempt to provide conditions in which my student can learn. So whenever they are happy with my class, they are more willing to do any task that I ask them to do, and they are more willing to learn more, kind of like that. So that's why I like this quote very much. And later, everyone, you're gonna see the the icons in my slides. It means like you have to unmute, you have to mute, or maybe you need to send me the message or write the response in the chat box. And then so joining breakout rooms. So we are not going to use that, but I'm going to show you. And then we are going to use raise hand features too. So later you are going to join together with me to practice what we are learning today. So because I believe if you just listen, you will forget. Yeah. If you see the pictures, you will remember a little bit about it. But when you do it, you will understand very well. Okay. Right. So you can find the raise hand features later in the participant icons. There you can see the raise hand feature. Okay. So another platforms that I'm going to use later will be Nearpod and Mentimeter. With Nearpod, you just need to go to join.nearpod.com, and then you are going to be given the code later. And the same one with Mentimeter, you are going to menti.com, and then you're going to be given the code too, yeah? Don't worry with the internet connection later on. So we can anticipate that. We expect that. So it's something that we cannot control. So whenever you are out of the room suddenly, just don't be panicked. Try to get into the room again. Okay? Right. Now we have done this too. Now we're going to go into the materials. Yeah? Teaching, speaking, using interactive and engaging activities. So the aims of the trainings today is that we want to review briefly the principles of teaching, speaking. So now, because nowadays you are teaching online, some people are just confused. So how to teach this, how to teach that, for example. But one thing that you need to remember, actually, the principles of teaching might remain the same. Only the delivery will be different. Yeah. And later, you're going to also learn to engage students through simple yet interesting activities and other apps. Why I talk about the simple activities? Because I know the preparation for the online training is much harder, longer than the preparation for the offline training. So that's why we try to look at the simple but interesting and interactive activities later. And to understand what to prepare in teaching speaking online, because you are going to use several kinds of activities. So what can you prepare? The flashcard, the pictures, videos, or songs. And then later you are also going to apply and participate in the online, interactive online activities. Yeah. Now to start with, I want you to share. So I like sharing, because it means when sharing, we are having something to learn more from one another. We are going to use Mentimeter, but before we use that, I want you to think for a while. What is the best moment when you are teaching speaking? What is the challenging moment in teaching speaking? So think about those two things. You can later type in phrases, you can later type in sentences, or you can type in words, yeah? Now we're gonna go into Mentimeter. Okay, wait, yeah. My screen. Okay, wait, here. All right, so what I want you to do, I want you to go into menti.com and use the code 479691010. Okay. Mas Dana, perhaps you can help by typing the code in the chat box so that everybody can see. You can use another gadget, or you can, if you're using the laptop, then you can just add the tab. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the participants to join. The question will be kind of like, what are the best moments of teaching speaking to your students online? Okay. Right, so waiting for some participants over here. Oh, okay, there is one. When the children are excited to talk and can wait to share their ideas. Yeah, I like that too. Right, okay, any more? I know that getting into the application for the first time, or maybe you get a thing kind of like, kok nggak bisa masuk-masuk ya, gimana nih tah caranya? No worries about that, okay? But I agree with this one too. Getting your student excited to talk, and that you cannot stop them talking when they share ideas and personal experience with excitement. Yeah. Okay. So what about the others? Yeah, waiting, yeah, for maybe about 1 minute. Then we're gonna go moving into another questions. Okay. Oh, okay. When students are brave to talk, okay, the active response from the students, okay, two-way communication, yeah. When the participants share their experience, ideas, okay. All right, so they can smile when they're talking to me. Yeah, okay. Right, where my students are finally brave to speak up. Yeah, me too. You know, speaking is really dreadful for some students here. The best moment of speaking, getting my student curious, okay, asking questions, yeah, excited to talk and share their thought, okay. Willing to share, yeah, me too. So finding out someone willing to share ideas in English, it's very, very rewarding. Eager to, okay, like performing, time to get to know my students more, sharing ideas among students, right? When we can make the class alive and the student enjoy our lesson, yeah, sure, of course. We enjoy sharing, we talk about, okay, so, right, everybody like seems like talking, yeah? All right, now I'm gonna go into another question. Yeah, yeah. Speaking English without feeling afraid or shy. Yeah, me too. When they are confident. Yep, agree with you. Okay, now we're gonna go into the second question. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's see another question. So now, if you are having the happy moments, but one of the days you're gonna have the most challenging moments too, right? When you are teaching online, especially when you are teaching speaking. So what are the challenging moments that you have had so far? Okay, ready again. So for 1 minute, yeah? When dealing with bad connection, me too. So I cannot also anticipate that too. I don't like it too. Okay, when trying to make sure students understand what you are teaching. Okay, also the connection. All right, managing student question. Yeah, of course. So when students are not willing to talk or to share, yeah, they're not interested. Yeah, dealing with internet connection. There are most internet connection over here, and then student didn't respond. Okay, student maintain the student to concern to focus with the materials. Yeah, what do you expect from the primary? Yeah, so they have less. What is that? Shorter concentration span, so they're not interested in the topic, but you have to discuss it, so you have to create something very interesting, yeah? And students are not in a good mood, oh yeah, when they are bored. Okay, right. Thank you, everybody. So now we're gonna go back into our screen. Yeah, thank you. So, but by the way, if you want to, to write down something, I'm just going to let it open so that maybe later on we can look at it again at the end of the sessions and take a look, yeah? Right, I'm gonna go back into my slide. Where is it? Where is my slide? Okay. Right, so far we have done, we have known what are the best moments, what are the challenging moments. For the internet connection, I cannot help. But for the others, I can share my experiences, okay? Right, now, if you know that you have the challenges, now, what can we do to cope with the challenges? So what do you usually do in your classroom? You can also send me the chat, yeah? While I'm also sharing with you. So first of all, the key word is simplicity. I mean, like, just plan 3 or 4 different activities per lesson, and don't try and pack too much into one class, yeah? So pick up some activities that might be useful, that might be interesting enough to your students, and do that. And the second one is you cannot isolate speaking activities from the other skills like listening, reading, or writing. So because those skills will provide sufficient input and let the student expose more into the target language. Usually when you just directly ask kind of like, okay, now tell me about your family. So it's kind of like, what should I say? How do I tell it? How do I talk about that? Kind of like that. If you are having students who are really eager to talk, that's no problem. But if you have the class with some shy students, with some passive students, you're going to find it quite difficult. So you're going to need to engage them more with another skill too. And the third one, use the scaffolding. Yeah, I don't know, but scaffolding kind of like the help, like the card or maybe pictures, videos, songs, or games, or maybe you just need to use slides. You know, so people usually find that, for example, if I'm speaking, I need to hold on something. I need to hold on my card, so it kind of like making me feeling less nervous. So do that, okay? So perhaps you can also ask your students to draw first. So perhaps if they draw something, they can release something really stressful from them so that they will be more relaxed when they are speaking later on. So it's kind of like provide prompts and more variations to the activities when you are having the scaffolding. And then if you want to have a longer speaking practices, for example, with less monitoring, you can use the breakout rooms. So you're going to allow your students, you're going to give some space to your students to explore languages, to experiment with the languages into the breakout rooms. With 20 students, that's possible, yeah. But with 100 students, no. So 30 students are still okay, but the breakout room will not be, there will be not so many breakout rooms. Otherwise, you're going to be confused of visiting one room one by one, kind of like that. So these are the tips for teaching online. So you just need to remember, like teaching speaking online will also apply the same principles, the same stages as teaching online, only that you're going to have different delivery and practices and how you practice with your students later. So we're going to review a little bit about the teaching principles, yeah. Explain why your method is important. So usually when I give a task to my students, like the speaking task, for example, find someone who, you know, find someone who you're going to ask the same question over and over again. For example, do you get up at 6? Do you go to school at 9? Do you have breakfast? So you are using the same pattern, like do you do this? Do you do that? Do you do this? Do you do that? Okay, so in that way, I explain why I use this, why I want you to speak using the same pattern over and over again. Because if you speak, if you do something, the same thing, over and over again, you're going to stick it in your mind. So it will not escape from your brain. It will stay there. So that's my purpose. So that you do not need to take a look on your notes to remember, to remind you how to talk about this. How if I want to tell about that one. Kind of like that. And make them believe that the goal is easy to achieve. So speaking is not really difficult, actually. What is difficult is that getting the courage to speak, yeah? So that's why you're gonna need to create such a fun, safe environment and making them believe that it's easy to achieve. Everybody can do it. You can also speak, kind of like that. And drill the language, yeah? Drilling the language as a whole class, as a group, because the students who are shy perhaps will feel safer if they speak as a crowd instead of individual. And keep the conversation peer-centered. So it's not like the conversation between only you and your student, but later you can put them into groups, in the small groups, in the breakout room, so that they are going to talk with their peers instead of with their teachers. And keep fairly short discussions. So don't go with, for example, you ask your student to present something very long. Perhaps you can just keep it as a task or as an assignment later. And feedback and error correction should be general. Usually I just put the feedback at the end of the lesson, and then I just take a look on the sentence, on the mistake that most of the student make. So I do not, I do not pinpoint to a very specific mistake that is done only by one student, for example. But perhaps because most of the students just make the same mistake, so oh yeah, I need to discuss about that with them without saying the names. Yeah. Okay. So if you have known the principles, of course, you also know that the aims of speaking lesson usually include these four things: introducing, recognizing new words or target language, encouraging the students, engaging them, and then practicing accuracy in using new words and target sentences, and practicing fluency. Usually we have these four aims when we are having the speaking lesson, and we're gonna take a look what kind of activities that will that will help the students to get to know the new words, practicing new words, new target language, but also at the same time it's engaging them. Yeah. And if you have known kind of like, okay, so I've known the teaching principles, I've identified the teaching aim. Now what kind of activities that are suitable for my students, for example. So there are a lot of variety of speaking activities, yeah. Perhaps you want to make it as picture-based activities, or maybe you want to make it as a dialogue-based activities, or story-based activities, or reading and listening-based. Or maybe you want to use actions while they are speaking, just like what we do using the Simon Says, only that you can ask your student to do it instead of you. Or maybe you want to use the real items later on. Or maybe you want to use the oral drilling, like for example, I want everybody to, get involved and feeling like they are belonging into this group. So oral drilling is also good. And perhaps, so I want them to, having a longer conversation. I want them to have a longer practice. So I'm going to put them into breakout rooms. So you just choose. You do not need to do all of them. Remember the simplicity principle. Perhaps I just want to use, okay, one activity with pictures, one activity with dialogue, and then one with listening. That will be enough. Yeah. So what I'm going to provide to you later are an array of choices. Jadi semuanya itu cuma pilihan, boleh dipilih salah satu mana yang paling tepat later, ya. Okay. Right, now, like what I said before, usually when you hear something, you're gonna forget, yeah? But when you see the pictures, you see video, you're gonna remember. But when you do, you're gonna understand, okay? So that's why I encourage you to try if you want to. After this, I'm gonna ask for some people to be my volunteers. You're gonna be my students, and I'm gonna be pretending to be your teachers, yeah? So we're gonna do it. The first activities that we are going to do will be more into introducing and recognizing new words or new target language, but also engaging at the same time, okay? So Mas Mardana, perhaps I'm gonna need your help to to choose 10 participants maybe to join in the next activity that I'm going to use. Okay, go ahead, Mas Dana.
Yeah. Should we choose random or?
So perhaps ask them to raise hand.
Okay.
Digitally.
So anybody who are willing to join, yeah, you can raise your hand. Okay. Miss Anggun Wisdawati.
Okay. All right. Okay. Keep saying the names.
All right. Kind of missed that last one. Can you raise your hand again? After Miss Anggun, any other? Anybody else? No. Okay. Okay. Miss Eka Maria. Sorry, Miss Eka Maria. Yes. The others. All right. You can wave your hand on the screen if you want to. I'll check on the screen.
Okay.
Anybody? Not yet. Okay, so we should have 10.
Yeah, so perhaps 5 will be okay too.
Okay, 5. Okay, then we need 3 more. Okay, Dian Francisca.
Dian Francisca.
Yeah, Dian Francisca and Desi Ariani. And then also Rara Kirana. So we have 5.
Rara Kirana. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 5 students. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So to Miss Anggun, Miss Eka, Miss Dian, Miss Desi, and Miss Rara, I want you to unmute, or perhaps Mas Dana, you can help me to unmute them.
Already.
Already.
Okay. Really good. You're really good student. I really like it. Okay. Now. Right, so everyone, how are you?
Fine,
thank you, Miss.
I'm really happy to hear your voice. All right. Now, pretending that you are my students, okay? And then you are level 5, the grade 5 student, the 5th graders, yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ready, yeah?
Okay.
You can be shy, you can be loud, you can be anything. The 5th graders, okay? All right. So good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon,
Miss. All right, I miss you guys. Do you miss me?
Of course,
Of course, yes. Harus miss me, ya, gitu kan? Okay. All right. So today we're gonna learn about something in the supermarket. Yeah. But Miss Yuli just want to Just want to share with you. So now, can you go to the supermarket now?
No.
I can't.
Yes. You have to stay at home, yeah?
Don't have a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you have to stay at home?
Coronavirus.
We're scared, Miss.
Okay, because of the virus, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So because you have to stay at home, can you go to the supermarket?
No.
I want to, but I don't
No,
want.
you can't go into the supermarket, of course. Right. So because you cannot go to the supermarket, but so you have to. Who gonna go into the supermarket for shopping in your home?
Online, Miss.
Online,
Oh,
Miss.
you go online shopping. Anak kelas 5 SD luar biasa. Online shopping.
My mom, Miss. My mom.
Oh, your mom. Okay, right. Now, if you cannot go to the supermarket somehow, well, perhaps your dad can go to the supermarket because your dad is also working outside, yeah?
Yeah.
But your mom cannot because your mom has to stay with you to study together in front of Zoom with Miss Yuli, right?
Yeah, Miss.
Mama harus temanin ya. Kalau nggak ditemenin nanti kan kalian gimana belajarnya susah. So now, because mom cannot go to the supermarket, so mom gave a shopping list to dad, right? So here is the shopping list. So what are in the shopping list? Can you read for me?
A bag of rice.
A bag of rice.
Ice cream, 5 oranges, and
6 apples.
You are very pintar 5th graders, Miss Yuli likes.
Yeah.
Now, if you take a look, yeah, on the shopping list, we can say 5 oranges, yeah? Can you say 5 oranges?
5 oranges.
1 oranges? 1 oranges or 1 orange?
1 orange.
1 orange.
1 orange.
1 orange.
6 apples. You can say that too, right?
Yes.
I say 1 apple.
Yeah.
1 apple.
1 apple, yeah?
1
Okay.
apple.
2 apples.
Yeah.
3 apples.
3
Yeah.
3 apples.
Apples. Now, we can count them, right?
Yes.
And how many oranges over here? 1,
2, 3,
5.
4,
You can count
5.
5.
Very good. Okay. But now, what about milk?
Ooh.
Can we say 1 milk? 2 milks?
No.
Glass.
Nah, ini anak kelas 5 yang pintar. Why not? Why can I
Because it is uncountable, Miss.
It's liquid, Miss.
Because
Liquid.
it's a
Glass,
liquid.
Miss.
Can't count it.
It changes the shape based on the container, ya.
If I drop it on the
Kelas
floor, I
5 yang
can't count it.
pintar. Miss Yuli suka ini. What about the rice?
No.
Let me count 1 rice, 2 rices, 3 rices.
No.
Sometimes
Why
yes.
not?
Miss
Times,
tired.
but-
Miss tired.
Too small.
Yeah,
It's
you
very
can be too
small.
tired, too tiny, too small.
I drop it on the
So you
floor.
cannot count
A
that. Yeah?
grain of
Unless you are very nganggur, so you can just count the rice, okay? Right. Now, what about the cheese?
No.
I could count.
Can you count them?
No,
No.
Can we say 2 cheeses?
No.
no.
Kenapa nggak bisa?
Because it's
Look at the shapes. Are they the
Yes.
same?
No.
No.
No, there are some
So it's
round. Okay, some
round
in
of
triangles, some in
different kind of
boxes,
cheese.
some in slices. So
rectangle.
because the
Yes.
shapes are not the same, the weight is also not the same. So we call them as uncountable nouns. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. But with the apples, can you count the apples?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you count the oranges?
Yes.
Can you count the eyes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. Okay. So because you also want to buy some cheese, you want to buy some milk, we cannot say 2 milks, 3 milks, 4 milks. We're gonna give a container.
Yeah.
So let's say your mom is going to buy oil, for example. We can say a bottle of oil. So we give a container. Okay? And then if you want to buy rice, for example, you cannot say, I want 2 rices, 3 rices, 100 rices. No. We can say, what is it in?
Bag.
Back.
A bag.
rice.
So you can say, I need a bag of rice. Okay? All right. What about tuna? Because you shred the what is that? The meat of tuna. So it's what is that? The shape is not the same anymore. So you're gonna say a can of tuna. And what about milk?
Carton of milk.
A carton of milk. Okay. And what about the ice cream?
A tub of
Tub of ice cream.
A tub of ice cream. Wah, Miss Yuli suka banget loh sama Anggun nih. Pintar kali Anggun. Les di mana Anggun?
JC, Miss.
Wah, hebat si Anggun mah. Okay, what about the cheese? If you want to buy cheese, so I want cheeses. You gotta say that. So I want a slice of cheese.
Slice a
Very
piece.
good, everyone. Okay, now. So that's the way you're gonna introduce the words into the students. In Indonesian, we do not have the concept of countable and uncountable. Everything is countable, ya. 1 Indomie, 2 Indomie, 3 Indomie, right? 1 nasi, 2 nasi means 1 piring nasi, 2 piring nasi. Okay, now sekarang Miss Yuli mau ngetes kuping ya. So I want to test your ears, your hearings. Okay. So while you are listening, what I want you to do is that you're gonna listen a number. Okay. So here I have the 6 container. So you have to take notes, really take notes. For example, you're gonna hear, what is number 1? Is it a piece of, a bag of, a bottle of, a tub of, a carton of, or a can of? Okay? Right? What are you going to do, everyone?
Okay.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Listen and?
Listen and find out if it's a bag of, a piece of, a can of.
Yeah, so you're going to give a number. Which
Number.
one is said first, okay?
Mhm.
All right, ready, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Can you hear it?
Not
Not
yet,
yet.
Miss.
Listen and number.
Wait.
Okay, fine.
Can you hear
fine.
it? Not yet?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Number 1.
A can of. A can of.
Number 2.
A bag of. A bag of.
Number 3.
A tub of. A tub of.
Number 4.
A carton of. A carton of.
Number 5.
A piece of. A piece of.
Number 6.
A bottle of. A bottle of.
Okay, good, everyone? Yes, gurunya. Ya, so, what is number one?
Can of.
A can of.
Number two.
A bag of.
A bag of.
A bottle of.
Bag of.
Oh, wait, a bag of. Oh.
Okay, number two, a bag of. Number three.
A top of.
A carton of.
Okay. Number four.
A carton of.
Carton of. Number five.
A piece of.
Piece of.
Number six.
A bottle.
A bottle of.
Bottle of. Okay, very good, everybody. So now you have the answers, yeah? So you're gonna repeat again with me, okay? Together. Jadi kalau nanti ada yang salah, nggak usah merasa takut gitu ya. Alright, so we're gonna start from number one, everybody. Can we do that? Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Number one. Everyone.
A can of.
A can
Number
of.
two.
Can of.
A bag
A bag of.
Bag
Number
of.
three.
A tub of.
Very good. Number four.
A carton of.
Very good. Number five.
A piece
Piece
of.
of.
Very good. Number six.
A
Bottle of.
Okay, a bottle of. Right. Now we're gonna test how good is your memory. Okay.
Ooh.
No, Miss Julia is going to show you random number from 1 to 6. And then you have to say container, a top of, a can of, a bag of. Remember the number. For example, number 4. What is it?
A carton of.
A carton of.
Carton of. Okay, so I'm going to be quick, yeah? Right, ready everyone?
Yes.
Ready? Okay.
Ready.
A bag
A bag
of.
of.
Bag of.
A piece of.
A piece
Piece
of.
of. A can of.
A
Top of.
Tube of.
A top of.
A bottle of.
Bottle of.
bottle of.
Okay, right. So do you think that, what is that? You talk, right? See? You speak. All right, so
Yes,
that's the purpose, yeah. That's the purpose, kind of like you are giving another skill, and then you talk as the whole crowd instead of an individual, so that kind of like it's gonna be giving kind of like a safe environment to your students. Good job, everybody. I really like you, love you. Okay, now, for example, if you want to use the real object, yeah?
Tiganya diambil aja.
Okay. Apanya yang diambil aja? Alright, okay. So now, Miss Yuli is just going back from the supermarket, and Miss Yuli is buying something too. Whoops, what happened here? Okay, so I have my shopping bags over here. Alright, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that Miss Yuli bought. Can you guess what are the things over here? Anybody want to try?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm good.
Is that groceries?
Yeah, that's my grocery. But what have I bought? Miss Yuli beli apa kira-kira ya?
A bag of flour?
A bag of flour? No, actually a bag of rice.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
Milk means milk.
Well, actually a can of milk, you know, the bear brand.
Oh.
Okay, what else?
A bottle of oil?
A bottle of oil? No, actually a bottle of cola. You know?
Cola.
Oh, Miss Yuli nggak sehat bener. Okay, what else?
Noodle.
Oh yeah, that's correct. A pack of noodle. I like Indomie a lot. Okay. One more.
Sausage?
No, I don't have any.
Bread.
No,
A
I
type
don't
of ice
have
cream?
any.
A type of
No.
ice cream?
Tomatoes.
No, something related to food. What?
Apple?
No, it's not the real apple. It's not the real fruit.
Salad?
Toys.
No,
Apple juice?
The
Apple
real
juice?
food.
Oh.
Ah,
It's
light
a cup of juice.
Oh, juice.
So you talk, right? Yeah, kind of like, so you just create the prompt so that they're gonna talk, okay?
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get your student talking. Okay, another one. This time, you are going to type in the chat box, okay? We call it zoom in. Yep. Okay, ready everyone, yeah? In zoom in, what you are going to do, it's kind of like this. So you'll see the picture zoom 100 times, and you have to guess what is it, okay?
Okay.
Right. It is the teacher versus the class battle. So if you cannot guess it right, the teacher gets the point, you lose the points. Okay. So the class can only guess 3 times. But if you want your student to speak, so just speak, okay? Talk.
Okay.
And in the first guess, you're gonna get 5 points if you are correct in the first guess. If you are correct in the second guess, you get 3 points. If you are correct in the last guess, you get only 1 point. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
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 So just say the items, okay?
Hey, all right, Miss.
Just say it.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Ready? Yeah. This is me versus you. If you lose later on, okay, means that you have no points at all, or you have only 3 points, then you have to do something for me. That's kind of like a punishment. Okay, everyone? Yeah. Okay, can you guess?
Orange.
Is that it?
What?
What's the theme? Is
Oil. Yeah, but it's not really correct, right?
Yep.
Blah, 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 oil.
Oh, I see.
Ah,
A
okay.
bottle of oil?
Bottle of oil.
Oil. Right. Good job. You have 5 points. Okay, again. Now.
That's
It's a tub of
Ice
ice
cream.
Ice cream.
You know that. You are really good. Okay, let's try. Now, this one.
Pancake.
That's the bag of rice.
Flour.
Or no?
A bag of flour.
A bag of flour.
Bag of flour,
How do you do
yeah.
that? Okay, so you've got the full points. You got the, what is that, the highest points. Yay! So good job, everybody. Right, give yourself a big pat on your back. You are doing a good job. Right, good job, everybody. So yeah, that's one thing that you can also engage your students because they are really serious in getting to know, okay, what picture is that? Yeah. Now, if you want your students to move, for example, okay, now this one I really wanted to move, yeah? Now, Miss Yuli has shown you everything that Miss Yuli has bought from the supermarket, like a carton of juice. Now this time, I want you to show me what's in your fridge. Bring something in front of the camera. What do you have? First 5 people bringing the things in front of the camera will be the winner. Mas Dana, you're gonna help me to pick up who show the things first, okay? Ready, everybody? Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Show me something from your fridge.
Okay.
Go, go, go. Okay.
Do I need to
5 people. 5 people. What is that, Miss Eka?
Okay.
Wait.
Oh.
Miss Eka, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Your son, Miss Eka.
Okay, so that's the food. Okay, thank you, Miss Eka.
Thank you, Miss
Right.
Eka.
So what about the others, Mas Dana? Who else?
Yes. Miss Dian Francis.
Miss Dian, what is it,
Yeah.
Miss Dian?
It's a bottle of cappuccino.
A bottle of cappuccino.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Who else? Mas
Cappuccino
Dana?
milk.
Miss Anggun, Miss Dawat.
Miss Anggun, what is that, Miss Anggun?
It's butter.
Okay, so a top of butter. Right. Okay. What else?
Okay. We got another participant, Miss Rara Kirana.
Miss Rara. Okay, Rara, what is
Candy.
What?
It's a candy.
Okay. What is that? A candy, a pack of candy. Okay, candy. Okay. Miss Rara. Okay, one more, Mas Dana.
So Mr. James, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay,
just
James, what do you have, James?
a bottle of water.
A bottle of water. Right. Good job, everybody. Wait. Okay, so now, right. So kind of like you're gonna give kind of like reward for them. So you are the winner because you are the winner. Now I want you to sing. No, okay. So no need to sing. Yeah. All right. So kind of like you get your students to move, and then you also get your students to relate the materials with the real life. So sometimes you're gonna find out like some materials are really boring. You know, kind of like these materials, for example. It's not something that is interesting for the kids, but for the mothers, yeah. But so to make it interesting, kind of like you have to combine it. Oh, perhaps saying we're gonna use action because my students cannot sit still, for example. I'm gonna use pictures because most of my students are visual I'm gonna use a challenge because my students, requires challenge to get them into focusing. Yeah. Right. Now I'm gonna share my screen again. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Now, from all the teaching principles that we have, have earlier. So, which principles that we apply in the in the activities? Which one? Okay, so you can send me the chat or you can just talk if you want to. Which principles that I apply? Kira-kira prinsipal yang mana yang diaplikasikan? So I drill the language with them. Remember, getting everyone to speak. Yeah. Okay. So it's like the crowd of voice. And then I also put it into something that is easy to achieve, like grabbing something from your fridge, for example, or maybe just guessing what I bought from the supermarket, for example. Yeah. And then it's quite short, so it's not really long activities too, kind of like that. But that's when you are introducing words. Now, what about introducing languages? So the sentences. So actually, the sentence for us is quite easy. What do we need from the supermarket? We need a can of beans. Oh, what does he need from the supermarket? He needs a bag of rice. Okay. So for the students, for some, it might not be interesting, but we're gonna make them interested in it. Okay. So still the same participants, yeah? So James, Eka, Dian, Anggun, Rara, and Miss Desi, yeah? All right? Okay, so you can unmute yourself. Yes. So you're going to be my students again, okay? Yeah, there you go. Miss Anggun, can you unmute? Miss Dian Francisca, can you unmute? Miss Rara, can you unmute? And then Miss Anggun, have you done it? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Right, okay. But if there are some more people who are gonna join, just raise your hand. So Mas Dana will will unmute you. Is there anyone? Anybody want to join?
Right. Anybody else wants to join?
Anybody else? Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go with the 5 of them, yeah?
Mr. Budiarto here wants.
Oh, okay, right. That's good. So please unmute. What's his name again, Mas Dana?
Mr. Budiarto.
Budiarto, okay.
Yep.
Halo, Pak Budiarto.
Hello, Miss Shirley.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to see you, Miss Shirley.
Yeah, so I think Miss Mia Prima is also going to join, Mas Dana.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Miss Rosdiana too. Okay, right. So now you're going to be my 5th graders. Yeah, thank you, Mas Dana. All right, now, still remember that you have to stay home. And then the one who is going to the supermarket is not your mom, is not you anymore, but your dad. Okay, and then that your dad is easily forgets what to bring or what to buy, so that your mom has to your dad keep asking your mom, kind of like, what do we need from the supermarket? And then mom will just say, we need a bag of rice, a bottle of oil, and a can of tuna. So he cannot remember that anyway. So mom has to has to write down the shopping list. But again, what is the question that dad asked? Pertanyaannya gimana tadi? What do you need from the supermarket?
Supermarket.
And what is the answer?
You need a bag of rice.
Bag of rice.
Oil and tuna.
Okay, very good, everyone. Okay, now I'm gonna take the sentence. Yeah, we need a bag of rice. Okay, and then if we want to change that into yes/no questions, we just ask, "Do we need a bag of rice?" The answer will be
Yes, do.
Yes, I do.
yes, I
Yes,
do.
we
Or
do.
no, I don't. Yeah. Okay, but what if we don't know what we need? So we're gonna ask more questions.
What do we need?
So a bag of rice will be the answer.
What
So do we need?
What do we need?
What do
Do
we
we
need?
need? So we're gonna ask from the supermarket. So now we have WH question, information question. Yeah. In information questions, then you're gonna have question word. After question word, what do you have?
Auxiliary.
Auxiliary.
Do or does, yeah.
Do.
If your student have already understood the term auxiliary or not, so I just say helping verb, that will be easier to
helping
remember.
verb.
Yeah. And then what do we have over here?
Subject.
Subject, they know the subject usually. And what about here? Need?
Verb.
Or action word, if they don't know verb, action word. Yeah. And place or time. Yeah, because they do not understand the term adverb sometimes. So it's easier to say, oh yeah, place or time word. Okay? Right, now, if you have introduced the language, for example, so I'm just going to go quick with the language. So what happened over here with... Okay, now, we are going to do the conversation, yeah? So for example, over here, it is the conversation between A and B. What is the question? What is the question, for example?
What do you need from the supermarket?
Very good. What do you need from the supermarket? And what is the answer?
I need a
carton of
milk.
Very good. All right. Now I'm gonna divide you into two groups. Yeah. Eka, Dian, Anggun, and Rara. You're gonna be A. Okay. James, Budiarto, Mia, and Rosdiana. You're gonna be B. Okay.
Okay.
So what you need to do is that you have to say the complete question and say the complete answer. Ready?
Ready.
Ready. Okay. Right. A.
What do they need from the supermarket?
Very good. Answer. B.
They need a cup of ice cream.
Very good. Okay. A again.
What do we need from the supermarket?
B.
We need a can of soda.
Very good. Now we're gonna swap the roles. And now group A, you're gonna answer questions. Group B, you're gonna ask questions. Yes?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So that's for example. Okay. So you can just change the role whenever. What is that? It is the time to change the role. So they have the experiences of what is that? Trying out the new language. And again, from all of the principles over here, which one that I apply in this activity?
Crowd of voice.
Yeah, a crowd of voices, and then easy to achieve.
Peer-centered.
Peer-centered. Okay, what else?
Yes, easy to achieve.
Yeah,
Method important.
and fairly short too. Okay. And do I do some feedback or error correction? No, because there is no error. Yeah, there is. So the feedback is the of everybody. Okay. And so don't look for the mistakes. Okay. Right. So look for something good that they can do, because it's really stressful for the shy students. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now, thank you everybody for participating. Right. So give applause to yourself. Yay. Really good students. Okay. Right. Now, we are going to have more practices with the accuracy and also still engaging students. So I'm gonna need another group of participants. Yeah. So if you still want to join, that will be okay. If there are more people who want to join for practicing accuracy and speaking, so go ahead. Mas Dana, you can also help me to pick up some of them.
Okay, some more people. Anybody?
Yeah. So if you want to join again, that will be okay. You can raise your hands.
Okay, wait.
Okay. But if you are still new and you want to join again, that will be okay. Right. I think Mr. Adi is raising hand, yeah?
Oh yeah, Mr. Adi.
Okay.
Okay.
And who else over there? Oh, 3 participants. Okay.
Oh, Miss Saidatun. Sorry, yeah. Miss Saidatun.
All right. Okay. And then go on, Mas Dana.
Yeah.
Who else?
Ningsi.
Miss Ningsi. Okay. Who else?
Anybody else? Let's see.
There are 4.
Hello. Okay.
Hello, Padi.
Hello.
Oh yeah, Miss Rita. Miss Rita? Yeah.
Okay. Miss Rosdiana too? Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Rosdiana, Miss Rita. Miss Mia, are you in? Miss Erna, are you in? Miss Ernawati?
Yeah.
If you want to go in, just unmute yourself, okay? All right, thank you, everyone. So now, practicing the accuracy, like using the target language, yeah? Sometimes we can say like, it's quite boring because the students have to practice like, how much is this? What do we need from the supermarket? We need blah, blah, blah. So what time do you wake up? I wake up at blah, blah, blah. I am drinking. She is drinking. My father is drinking. Everybody is drinking, for example. So practicing accuracy doesn't need to be that boring, okay? Practicing accuracy can also be fun, can also be engaging, can also be, communicative too, and peer-centered too. So this time I'm going to use still level 5 or Big Show that will be taken from unit 1. The grammar will be, how much is this? The vocabulary will be more about daily needs, adjective, describing prices, and the speaking activities in the book are ask and answer, say and add, listen and write, kind of like that, yeah? Okay. All right. Miss Anggun, are you joining again, Miss Anggun?
May I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. If you want to join again. James, are you joining again, James?
I'll join again.
Okay, right, good. Mr. Yusal, are you joining, Mr. Yusal?
Hello, yes.
Hello, okay, right. Great. Oh, Miss Adi, so sorry. I thought it was for Adi. Right. Because the name is quite unisex, yeah? Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I miss you all. Do you miss me?
Okay, Kak Dina.
Yeah, I miss you, Miss Yuli.
We're missing you.
How are you today? Have you got your lunch?
Yeah.
My lunch.
Okay, I really like that. So what do you have for lunch, Erna?
We have salty fish, miss.
Oh, you have salted fish?
Yes. I have sausages, miss.
Oh, sausages, sorry.
Yeah.
I have salted fish. Oh, aku kira ikan asin. Okay, that's okay ya.
That's right.
Wow. Jadi memang telinganya perlu dikorok lagi ya. Alright, okay. Now, we are going to learn something new. So suppose that I have already taught the new language, I have already taught the new words, so now you're going to practice the accuracy, yeah? Okay, ready everyone?
Ready.
Okay, so Miss Yuli really like to have a test on your hearings, you know? So this time, you're going to see, what is that? On your book, you are going to see the conversation between Louis, Anna, and Jeff, and the clerk too. Right? You see over there? Okay. Now what you are going to do, you are going to listen and take notes, okay? What you are going to take notes is that how many times does the word toothbrushes appear in the listening passage? Count it. Yep. Okay. Number 2, how much are the toothbrushes? Okay? Right. And number 3, how much is the shampoo? Okay? If you know the answer, send me the chat. How many times does the word toothbrush disappear? Because the word is mentioned over and over again in the passages. Alright? Ready ya?
Ready.
Yeah. Pasang telinga baik-baik. Ready everyone? Okay, here we go. So because you are all teachers, so I'm just gonna play it once.
Listen and write. I need to buy some shampoo and toothbrushes. How about these toothbrushes? Yes, these look good. How much are these toothbrushes? I don't know.
I will find out. Excuse me, how much are these toothbrushes? They're $7.50.
How much is this shampoo?
It's $4.25.
Thank you.
Right, now send me the chat. So what are the answers? Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing it first. So I'm gonna see. Right. Okay. Right, so how many times does the word toothbrushes appear? So can you send me the chat?
4 times.
5 minutes.
4
5.
4 or 5?
5.
5.
4 or 5?
4 times.
4 or 5? Yeah, 5 times actually. Okay. So how much is the how much are the toothbrushes?
$7.50.
50 cents.
50 cents. Okay. What about the shampoo?
$4.25.
Okay, $4.25. Very good, everybody. So you really have good ears, yeah? Right. So I really like it. Now, so we are going to try to another activity that you can do with listening as an input is that you are going to use Nearpod, yeah? So after this, we are going to go to Nearpod. So what you need to do in Nearpod is that you are going to join.nearpod.com and then you're going to enter the code and then you're going to enter your name. After that, you're going to see the questions like this. What you need to do is that you have to fill in the white boxes with the correct words down there. So you just need to drag the words into the white boxes, then it's going to be there. If you have done, just click done. Yes? Ready, everyone? Okay, so we're going to go into Nearpod, yeah? Right. So I'm going to share my screen. So we're going to go into Nearpod. And okay, here we go. So anybody who is not who is not being my student right now, if you want to join the Nearpod lesson, that will be okay too, so that you can also try it out. Okay. So yeah, you go to join.nearpod.com and then enter the code PCMX. I think that one is O. PCMXO. So Mas Dana, can you help me to type what is that? The code to join.nearpod.com. Okay. If you're ready, then we're gonna go. Yep. Okay, you can play the audio first. Okay. Then we are going to go into what is that? The questions, the fill in the blanks. So I'm gonna play the audio for you.
Unit 10. What do we need from the supermarket?
Listen and number. Number 1.
A can of. A can of.
Sorry, that's a wrong audio. Okay, so we're gonna go into the questionnaire, for example, because I make mistake with the audio, so sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. So this is a question. The question will be fill in the blanks. So supposedly that you are, what is that? Okay, fill in the blanks. Now you go. Right, so I'm mistaken for the first one. After this, we're gonna view the answers, yeah? You just need to drag the words. If you're making mistake, that will be okay too. Anyway, you are trying. Right, okay, let's see. So you just need to drag the word down the bottom below. Okay, into the white boxes in your phone. You can also use the cursors over there. Okay, so see like Miss Anggun. Okay, Anggun, you are trying? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Right, so everybody is very serious, okay? All right, so let's see, for example, yeah? These are the answers. So actually in Nearpod, you can also see what is that, the answers to, I need to buy some shampoo and toothbrushes, and how about these toothbrushes, and then how much of this, kind of like that. So you can also, what is that, show the answers to your students. Right, so after this activity, what you can do is that you can go on with the conversations, yeah? So I'm gonna stop the Nearpod. Wow, Winda, you are really great, okay. All right, thank you everyone. Now I'm gonna go back into my, what is that? Into my screen, then we are going to, wait. We are going to continue, yeah? Oops, what happened with my screen? Okay, here we go. Nah. So supposedly that you have done with the Nearpod, that's also one way if you want to get your students into, more input. Then what we can do is, half conversation, yeah? In half conversation, there will be somebody who's gonna be Louis, and then we just want to focus on Louis, Anna, and Jeff, okay? So the ones who are joining at the first, so you can unmute, Miss Adi, Miss Sai, Miss Tianingsi, Miss Rosdiana, Miss Rita, Miss Ernawati, Miss Anggun, and James, okay? So you can unmute, yeah? Miss Mia, if you want to join too, you can unmute. Miss Anggun, if you want to join too, you can unmute. Okay, because we're gonna speak. There are a lot of speaking. Miss Eka Maria, if you wanna join, so please unmute. Mr. Budiarto, if you wanna join, you can unmute. Okay. Right. So we are going to do some practice with the conversation, with the dialogue. Right. So, Mas Dana, can you help me to unmute them? Kind of like, okay. Yep. So, Miss Rosdiana, unmute.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Miss Saidi, Miss Said, you unmute? Okay. Miss Ernawati, okay, already there. Miss Anggun, already there. Okay, Miss Eka, Mr. Budiarto, okay. All right, James over there, okay. Right, okay. So, what about Miss Rara? Are you joining again, Miss Rara? So, let's see, yeah. Miss Rosdiana, Miss Sayi, Miss Ernawati, you're gonna be Louis, okay? Miss Anggun, Miss Eka, you're gonna be Anna. And Mr. Budiarto and James, you're gonna be Jeff, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, who are going to be Louis? Can you raise your hand? Louis? Louis, okay. Who gonna be Anna? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Who gonna be Jeff? Can you raise your hand? All right, okay, good. So, we are going to read the conversation together, okay? All right, ready everyone? Louis, 3, 2, 1, go.
I need to buy some shampoo and toothbrushes.
Very good, Louis. Anna?
How about these toothbrushes?
Very good. Louis?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
How much are these toothbrushes?
Okay. Anna?
I don't know.
Jeff?
I will find out.
Very good. Okay. Now I want you to read in expressions. Yeah. Still the same conversation, but with expression. So Louis, you are really angry. So you're gonna read the your lines in an angry tone. So you have to be really angry. So kind of like, I need to buy some shampoo and toothbrushes. Okay, kind of like that. Anna, because you are afraid of Louis, you are so sad. You are very, very sad. You are going to cry. Okay, Anna? Anna, you are crying. Oh, this is okay, really, you have to. And Jeff, because you are looking at the two of them angry and crying together. So Jeff, you are laughing out loud. Okay? We'll find out. Yes? Ready? Yeah? Okay. Louis, angry.
Buy some shampoo and toothbrushes.
Buy some shampoo and toothbrushes. I really like that. Okay. Anna?
How about these toothbrushes?
Okay.
Yeah, these look good. Oh my god, toothbrushes.
Anna?
I don't know.
Okay. Jeff?
I'll find
out.
Very good, everyone. So yeah, that's one way if you want to boost your students' interest in reading the dialogue sometimes. So give expressions, okay? Any kind of expression. It doesn't need to be angry, doesn't need to be sad, but at the same time, they also learn how to give a stress on the words, yeah? And give kind of like the tones of the sentences, because we Indonesian, we just what is that? We do not have the tones, so most of our sentences are flat, right? Kamu sudah makan? Belum. Kamu mau makan apa? Nggak tahu. Ya sudah, aku cari tahu ya. Kind of like there is no expression, there is no playing in the tones, okay? So you are going to give them that chance to try. Yeah, very good, everybody. Okay. Right. So you can also do chain question and answers. There are a lot of activities that you can do with the conversation. One of them is chain question and answer. Still the same person, so don't go anywhere, okay? Actually, this is a writing activities, yeah? But because this is writing activities and I want to change that into speaking activities, what I can do is that for each number, I'm going to pick up 2%, okay? So for example, for number 1, Erna and Eka, you are going to do number 1, okay? Right? So Eka, you're going to ask question. Erna, you're going to answer questions. After you have done, you pick up 2 other people, either, what is that, Anggun, James, or maybe Budiarto or Adi to do number 2, right? Ready, yeah? Okay, so let's see. Right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
How much are these towels?
They are $15.75.
Oh, Erna, really? Pasti lesnya bagus sih, tempatnya very good, Erna. All right, so Erna and Eka, pick up, what is that, 1 pair to do number 2.
Just Anggun, miss.
Anggun and?
Anggun
Miss Budiarto.
Anggun and Budiarto. Okay. Budiarto, you ask question. Anggun, you answer. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
How much is the toothbrush?
Very good.
It's $3.15. It's $3.15.
It's $3.15.
15 cents, I mean.
Yeah, that's okay, Anggun. Now, Anggun and Budiarto, pick 1 pair to do number 3.
Adi.
Adi and?
Maria and Rosdiana, Miss Rosdiana.
And Rosdiana, okay. Adi, you ask question. Rosdiana, you answer, okay?
Okay.
How much is this conditioner?
Very good.
It's $10.25.
Very good, Rosdiana. All right, so Rosdiana, pick a pair for number 4. Between James or Miss Yaningsi? Who?
Erna.
Miss Erna again, okay. And James, ya. James kan masih belum ya. Okay. James and Erna, you're gonna do number 4, ya?
Oh, okay.
James, you ask. Erna, you answer.
All right. This sunscreen is $1.98.
It's so cheap.
It's so cheap. Orang kaya, Erna. Very good, everybody. Yeah. So actually, this activity is something that you can do with your students to get them kind of like a feeling of authority, because I have to pick my friend to talk next, kind of like that. Instead of you pointing at your students to talk, so let them, pointing at their friends to talk, yeah? Another activities that you can also do is disappearing dialogues, okay? Right, so Erna, Rosdiana, Adi, and Anggun, and Budiarto, you're gonna be A. Okay? All right. James, and then who else over here? Eka, and then James and Eka, yeah? And who else over here? Okay. Rara, are you joining again? Or Yuliana, are you joining again? Yuliana SPD. Right. And Satyaningsi or Miss Sayi? Yeah, okay. You can unmute if you want to join, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. Okay, Yuliana. Right, so the same name, right? Okay. So you're gonna be B, okay? And Miss Ira, okay. Miss Ira, you're gonna be B, yeah? Right, okay. Let's see. Group A, I want you to read the question. Group B, you answers, yes? Together.
Yeah.
All right. Ready, yeah? Okay, A.
How much are these towels?
Very good. B.
They're $15.75.
Very good. Remember, okay? Now again. A.
How much
are these towels?
Very good. B.
They are $15.75.
Okay, now again, A.
How much are these towels?
Very good. B.
They are
$15.75.
Very good. Now A again.
How much
are these towels?
Okay, B.
They are $15.75.
Very good, everyone. Okay, so you did a good job, really. So give a pat on your back. You are doing a great job. Yeah. Okay. So the purpose of this activity is trying to get the students less dependent on their textbook, trying to memorize and immersing the patterns of the sentences too, kind of like that, and boosting their confidence too, because they are speaking as a crowd again. Okay, now which teaching principle I use in practicing the accuracy of the language.
Crowd of voices.
Crowd of voices.
Ear-centered. Okay, what else?
Crowd of voices.
Yeah, a crowd of voices. Easy to achieve.
Ear-centered.
Fairly short. Okay. Sometimes explaining to, yeah, right? Okay. And error correction could be, okay. So kind of like you are giving it in a friendly way when you see like your students are quite hard to pronounce a word, kind of like that. And so the last one, practicing fluency. Okay. So, are you joining again, everyone?
Yes.
Now, usually in teaching speaking, you always go from introducing the language. Practicing with the accuracy means that you are going to practice the words, the new words, and the new target language. But with the fluency, so what I mean with the fluency is that you can just talk with little or less pauses. Mas Dana, kalau yang ada suara backgroundnya boleh di-unmute, boleh di-mute ya. Thank you. Okay. Right. So with the fluency, the students can explore more about their English. So one way later on, you can put them into the breakout room if you want to. But because there are hundreds of you, we are not going to do the breakout room, but we are going to do the other way. Okay. Right. So one thing that I'm going to going to practice later on, we are going to use Hangout level 2. So but don't worry, I mean the activities can also be adapted into the higher levels too. Yeah. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are not going to introducing the new words. So actually we are talking about food. Jadi kita ngomong tentang makanan like fruit, vegetables, fries, popcorn, chocolate, cookies, candy, and soda, yeah? Now, what we can do with the fluency is because they have to speak quite fast, and then they need to know what are the words without thinking too much. One way we can do is the activity that I call the flash. We call it the flash because you really have to flash the cards very fast, okay? You can use, your old flash card if you want, or you can also use the slide if you have time to prepare them. But if you don't have any more time, just use your old flashcard. That will be okay, yeah? So I'm going to use both of them and try with you, okay? If you are using the flashcard, it will be kind of like, I'm going to show you the card very quick, and then you have to guess what is the card, okay? Ready, everyone? Ready, yeah?
Ready.
Apple. Orange. Strawberry. Watermelon. Banana.
So again, okay? So for example, yeah? I'm gonna go fast, okay?
Banana.
Strawberry. Orange. Apple. Banana. Watermelon. Strawberry. Orange. Apple.
Banana. All right, okay, so if you're using your old flashcard, that will be okay too. But if you are using the, the slide, that will be okay, yeah? So ready, everyone? Say the word, okay?
Cookies.
Chocolate.
Fries.
And every shit, okay? Ready, everyone?
Ready.
Popcorn, chocolate, fries,
Vegetables, fruit, fries, popcorn, cookies,
cookies, popcorn, chocolate, fries, vegetables,
questions,
chocolate, popcorn,
Popcorn, chocolate,
fries,
Kind of like you're gonna get your students are mumbling actually, but that's still okay. You know,
vegetables.
so still okay because you want them to be able to to speak quite quickly, yeah, instead of stumble in one word because let's suppose that you have taught all of the vocabulary before, so that's why you can do that. Another activity that you can do because you want your student to explore more is 20 questions that you can also do with your students, okay? So what you need to do is that you're gonna try to guess 10 kinds of food that I like the most, okay? So I'm gonna be honest with you, so no worries. Yep, Miss Yuli gonna be honest. But you can only ask yes, no questions because I can only answer yes, no, okay? So for example, you can ask, do you like apples, okay? Do you like mangoes? Do you like chocolate? Do you like ice cream? Kind of like that, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna say yes, and then I want one of you to take notes on what food I like the most. If it is already done, then you have to stop the bus, okay? Ready? Okay. Eka, can you take notes for us, Eka? Okay. Eka, if it is already 10, I said 10 yes, stop the bus, okay? Just show your hands over here, yes?
Okay.
Okay, right. So you have 3 minutes to guess them all, right? So the time start now. Anyone?
Oh, do you like meatballs?
Nope.
Do you like sushi?
Yes.
Do you like pizza?
Do you like durian?
Do you yes, I like durian.
Do you
like cookies?
Yes, I like cookies.
Do you like
Do you like ice cream?
I like Indomie.
Do you like pizza?
Do you like
yes,
pizza?
I like pizza.
You like fried food?
You like sandwiches?
I like sandwiches.
Do you like
Do you like hamburgers?
Do you like cheese?
I like cheese.
Do you like cheese?
Do you like Coto Makassar?
Coto Makassar I like a lot.
Do you like dim sum?
Like pempek?
Dim sum, I like dim sum.
Do you like?
I like what?
Do you like siomai?
Do you like
Siomai,
kimchi?
I like siomai too.
Do you like mango?
Okay, stop the bus, Miss Eka.
Yeah, stop the bus.
Okay, stop the bus. Kind of like, so yeah, you're gonna let your students to talk out loud at the same time actually, but one way if you don't want to get the noise from your students, so you can just pointing them out. Like for example, okay, Satyaningsi, 3 questions. Then okay, after that, Erna 3 questions. And then Rosdiana 3 questions, kind of like that. Then you time them. Anggun 3 questions. Budiarto 3 questions, kind of like that. Yeah. Yuliana 3 questions. So there are so many ways to to manage this activity. This is still possible with 10 students. You do not need to unmute them all. But if you want to reduce the noise, yeah, you have to point. You have to unmute them one by one, kind of like that. So in a way, you're gonna let your students to explore more than the words that you have taught. Like they will just try to say something that they have already known before or something that is new to them. You can also see their development too through these activities. Oh, they know that one. Oh, they know that one. But at the same time, you also teach them to consistently using the same pattern. Because you know when you do not have the drilling kind of like this, you're gonna your students gonna end up like, are you like apples, kind of like that, yeah. So that's why we use the same question over and over again. But we are going to explore more on the kind of fruits. Okay. Now, another activity that you can do with the Zoom breakout. In the Zoom breakout, so you're gonna have you used Zoom breakout before?
No.
Yeah, so who has used it? So you can raise your hands digitally so that I can know. Have you, who has, who has used this kind of, feature in this? Yeah? Okay, if nobody has used it, so actually you have to put it into this, you have to go into the setting, and then in the setting you can just put it on and off the breakout rooms in meetings. In breakout rooms, you're going to divide your students into smaller groups, okay? but without your supervisions. And then later you can just put them all together into the main sessions like this when you end the breakout room. So you have the control over the breakout rooms. You can also visit the rooms too. One possible activities that you can do with your students is kind of like all of the activities that like find someone who or interview questions. Yeah, kind of like the survey too. You can just do it into the breakout rooms and put them into rooms. They have to take notes and then acting out. If you want to include reading in the in your teaching teaching speaking, that's still possible. So I did it with my students. They read a passage from their book, and what I want them to do is that one person will read the passage because it's only short passage. It's all about adventure, and then the other three, for example, they have to They have to move, miming all of the movement that the reader is saying. For example, so Maria is climbing into the very high mountain. So some of them are climbing really, while the other is still reading. But they have discussion in the breakout room. So how they are going to move, how they are going to present. So, and they decide together who's going to present, who's going to do. Yeah. Another activity is more like if you want to put them into discussion and presentation too. So presentation usually will take quite a long time and take most of your time in the screen, because the student is going to tend to do a lot of pauses. But if you think like your students are ready to do the presentation, that will be enough. But with 40 students, 30 students, it's impossible to get them to present all at the same time, right? Put them into the breakout room, okay? One present, the other listen, and maybe take notes or answering the questions, okay? So one thing when you want to put them into the breakout room, always give them a goal. Why they have to do it in the breakout room. Why it is important that you do the activity, for example. For example, and find someone who, I want you to interview your friends, okay? One person will ask maybe to everybody in the room, then the other one is going to ask the second questions, then find out someone with the most unusual question, unusual answer, for example. Find out someone with the most interesting answer, for example. Someone who shares the same answers as you. That's the goal, right? If you do not give them the goal, why they have to do it in the breakout room, they will end up talking about something else. They will not do your task, right? In the class surveys too, you also need to give a goal, for example. So what is the goal of the class survey? I want you to find out what is the food that most of the people in your group likes. What food that most of the people in your group dislike, for example. And then in acting out, they're going to work together as a group, because at the end, when they move back into the main sessions, you are going to pick up the group that has the best expressions, that has the best expression in reading, the best expression in acting out. And this winner later on will have the privilege to give out the task for the rest of the class. Oh, they're going to be happy to do that. Yeah, because they have to give the task to their friends and they are free of the task. Discussion and presentations can be done for the higher levels. So you want to discuss, for example, kind of like when you are teaching a conditionals, for example, the second conditionals, like the stranded island. So supposedly you are stranded in a deserted island. You can only bring 4 items with you. Here are the list of the items. So you have, as a group, you have to pick up the 4 items to survive in the island. And later you have to come up with the best arguments. Why do you have to choose those 4 items, for example? Yeah, so kind of like the activity that requires them to, when they go back, they have to report what is the result of their discussions. So whenever you open the Zoom breakout room, don't just let them do whatever without any purpose. So give them a purpose of doing the activity. Okay? All right, now I have done with teaching the fluency, yeah? And when teaching the fluency again, if you take a look, So I always apply the teaching principles too. Now, which teaching principles that I apply? Which one?
The math.
Crowd of voices.
Yeah, crowd of voices. Okay, what else?
Correction should be general. No.
Yeah, corrections should be general. Okay, and then keep the conversation still peer-centered. Yeah. Okay, and then make them believe that the goal is easy to achieve. Like, for example, when you put
is important as well. Yes.
Yeah. When you put them into the breakout room, you give them a goal. Okay, so your goal is only to ask the same question over and over again, but I want you to find out something in the conversation. Okay. Now, my question is that what can you do? What are other activities that you can add for teaching fluency in speaking? So now I want you to share with me. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. Oh, so the breakout room. So I'm gonna show you later on. Okay. Now, everyone, can you just type in the chat box what other activities that are possible to do to practice fluency, not the accuracy, fluency. I want your students to be able to speak with less hesitations, with no more pauses. What can you do? What other activities can you do? Kegiatan apa lagi? Ayo, singing. Okay, singing. Yeah. Tell me 5. Okay. With singing, what can you do with singing? Singing competition. You can do that. Yeah. So creating the new lyrics to the same melody. That will be the task. But that will be another project. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Telling a story. Okay. Telling a story. Using pictures or not using pictures. That's also one thing. Sequencing a story picture. Yeah. That will be good too. Okay. Always asking why. Yeah. That's also one activity that you can do. Give student freedom to speak their favorite topics. Okay. All right. So if your students are quite confident enough, then you can just give the their favorite topics to talk to. But if your student seems still kind of like a little bit confused, so you can, okay, now for 1 minute, I want you to talk about food. For 1 minute, I want you to talk about clothes. For 1 minute, I want you to talk about transportation. So give them some topics. If your students are not confident enough. Tongue twister, yeah, I like tongue twister too. Playing a drama using English, yeah, that's also still possible. Imitating conversation from movies, okay. All right, change story, retelling the story, okay. All right, okay. So you can also kind of like, some students are not really confident when they do not have anything with them. So you can also ask them, okay, so I want you to retell the story, but I want the pictures too. So they're gonna make some cards. So maybe one person will just swap the cards while the other is telling the story. That's also could be one activity. Yeah, asking and telling tongue twister immediately. Okay, very good, everybody. Right. Yeah, okay. So, you know, as a teachers, we need to be very creative, yeah? So remember, whenever you are teaching speaking, provide them as a condition in which they will speak. Even they will speak as a crowd, that will be okay. Right? Asking them questions, yeah, that's interviewing others, okay. That's also possible, right? And then, okay, over there. Nah. So now we are going to go back into our Mentimeter again, okay? But now we are going to, share together what we have learned so far in this training, and then what are you going to do after this training? Kind of like what kind of activities that you are going to do, what kind of activities that you are going to add, yeah? So now I'm gonna go into my Mentimeter again. This time we are going to, we are going to go back into, okay, so getting some students, right? So I'm gonna pause the scroll and then we're gonna go back. So yeah, some thing with the online application is that you're gonna need to have a very stable internet connection. So, but if you do not have any, so I do not suggest that. It's gonna be, very complicated to you. But if the internet connection is okay, then just do it, yeah? So everybody, I want you to go to menti.com now. You are going to use this code, 59, 58, 56, 63, and 9. So Mas Dana, can you help me to, to type the code for them? The question will be, what have you learned through this training? Okay, so I'm gonna wait for your answers, okay? So take your time getting used into the technology, you know. So somehow when you are having a training like this, it's you are doing it from home, it's really easy to get lost in the middle of somewhere, yeah? So, but hopefully by using this kind of activity, we can get something new, okay? Ways for students to speak voluntarily, yeah. Okay. How to make online learning is more exciting, okay. And it should be engaging and encouraging them to talk, yeah, instead of like pointing at them one by one. After you see that your student confidence is going up, then you can just get them to talk one by one, individually, yeah. Learn to teach speaking online effectively, so creative activities, okay. So methodology, right, exciting method, learn about different speaking activities that can engage the students. Some simple techniques to teach speaking, yeah. So go with something simple first, okay? Don't go with something complicated. Life is already hard, so don't add any hardness into it. Reading and speaking, okay. Nearpod kind of new, okay. So can you give us more? Yeah. So yeah, later I'm gonna share with you the Nearpod. So I'm just gonna show you the preview, okay? Right, how to make class more fun. I've learned to create lesson plan more interactively. And remember, when you are creating your lesson plan, so do not go with too many activities, okay? 3 activities will be enough. So that's why you're gonna still have a lot of storage of activities. The suitable strategy for my students to learn about speaking, okay. The variety of activities, okay. Make me love English more, yeah, of course. So you should love English. Would try to use Zoom and show me in the food near you. So yeah, so active. So sometimes getting them into, okay, now I want to show you pencils. So you can also put them into competition. The first 5, the competition. The first 5, show me your pen. Pencil, book, scissors, what? Okay, kind of like, yeah, just get them into moving. Encourage them how to make class more fun. Brilliant idea, thank you. Okay, drilling practices, yeah. So because you do not have a lot of time explaining, yeah. Now, thank you everyone. I'm gonna go into the next question, yeah. So, which activities are you going to apply in your classroom practices? I mean, like, which activity that is catching your interest most in this training that you are going to try. It doesn't mean that you have to try all of them, but you can also, perhaps I'm going to do some modification in some activities. Yeah, the flash, you can do that. You can do the flash, very good, with, with the manual flashcards or with the digital flashcard. Yeah, guessing game. Right, Simon says, yeah, with the lower level, that's okay. Apply what's in the back, okay. Zoom in and the flash, yeah. But the Simon says if you want to do more challenges, that you can just say, okay, elbow to knee, right. Fingers to toes, kind of like that, okay. So hands to, for example, hands to the back, for example. And then the flash, listen a number, yeah. Memory game, that will be good. You like them all, thank you. Okay, flash and breakout, okay. Flashcard, disappearing dialogues will be good too. Okay, activities using, okay, so I've applied find someone who method, but I don't think that it will be more challenging via online. Yeah, so via online, find someone who is really challenging, try it. So kind of like simple, but that enables everyone to use the pattern. Memory games, yeah, sure. The flash moving activities, all of them. Listening, so add some listening to your speaking activities, yeah. Okay, very good, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. It means like I know that you are listening to this training, you know. I'm really glad. So one thing that I am afraid the most when I'm doing the teacher training online is that everybody gonna go into the blank screen. So I'm gonna talk into only the blank screens. But I'm really thankful that you are still alive up until now. All right. So some people asking about Nearpod. So Nearpod is actually kind of like a one platform. You can go into nearpod.com. Very useful with writing, reading, or listening. So I put wrong listening anyway. So what you need to do, kind of like you just need to create an account. This one is free. With the free account, it can only be accessed by 40 people. So if you upgrade it, then it can be for hundreds of people. Yeah, that's the difference. So you just click lesson in Nearpod, for example, if you want to create a lesson. And then it's almost kind of like the same like Google Classroom actually, or Google Docs. So you need to add slide. There are two kinds of slide, the content or the activities. With the content, you can insert video, you can insert audio, you can just put a slideshow, your slideshow over there. You can just insert BBC video, PDF viewer. And for example, if you're going to insert the video, audio, so you can just upload from your PC, kind of like that, right? You see, yeah? So for example, I'm just going to upload this. Okay. All right, done. It's already uploaded. And then you can just, because you have only one slide, then I'm going to add another slide. And then you're going to have an activity. Okay, so what kind of activities do you want to do? Can I make two pairs, quizzes, fill in the blanks, poll, draw, or memory test? I'm going to go with the quiz, for example. So with the quiz, you just need to put all of the questions in the quiz and then you're done. Yeah? Like, so, okay, so question 1. So who is, for example, who is the speaker? And then you can just, okay, so it's me. It's you, for example. Just click it for the next question. So, and then if you have done, click save. Then it will be on your library. Then ready to use. Yep. Okay. Save and exit, for example. Okay. So title. So let's say trial 1, and then you need to put kind of like the grades, others, subjects, and then English. Save and exit, kind of like that. Okay, done. Right, so it is in your library. But Nearpod is really quite heavy, so it requires a very stable internet. Mentimeter is, and quizzes is less, kind of like that. So now you're gonna see, then you can just click it. When you are clicking this, this icon, you can also use it as a homework student page. So give it to your students. They can just do it based on their own time, yeah? Live and Zoom or live participation. Usually because I do not embed it in my Zoom, so I just use the live participation, kind of like that. Easy peasy, yeah? All right, okay. So that's with the Nearpod, yeah? With the breakout room, okay, so perhaps Mas Rido, can you put me into the host?
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, I just want to show kind of like the icons that we are going to use in the breakout rooms.
Okay, Miss. Alrighty, Miss.
Alrighty, yeah? Okay, now I'm going to share my screen actually. So if I'm sharing my screen over there, wait, oh, sorry. Alright, so I don't think this one. So I'm going to share another one. So I cannot share it. Oh, okay, thank you. Right, so in the breakout room, for example, what you have later on, can they see the breakout room icon too, Mr. Rido? I don't think so, yeah? They cannot see. I mean, like the participants, can they see it? But if not, that will be okay too.
Ada di pojok kanan, Miss, di live YouTube itu nanti ada beberapa.
Oh, okay, right, okay, thank you. Right, so yeah, actually, this one. So I have the slide actually. So okay, here we go. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna share it to you how to use the breakout rooms because I have one. Wait, okay, over here. Nah, can you see it? Okay. Right. And breakout Zoom, you're gonna go into your profile, okay? And then in your profile, you're gonna go into settings. And then after the settings, you're gonna see a lot of the list over there. So go into the meeting advanced, yeah? And then in the meeting advanced type, you can report participant to Zoom. So you can choose breakout room, and then you just need to turn it on. That's it. So it will be in your Zoom. Okay, so this one, if you are using the breakout room, so you're gonna see kind of like the icons, the 4 boxes over there. In your panel? Okay, so whenever you want to use this, you just need to click it. Then you're gonna be when you click it, the breakout room items. So you are having the menu. How many breakout rooms you are going to create, so how many rooms, for example 5, 4, so you can just fill in by yourself. You want to make it as automatically, so the breakout room just will put your students automatically or manually. Manually means that you're going to put the students one by one. Who's going to go into room 1, who's going to go into room 2. For me, it's quite kind of like I just like to do it automatically. And then after that, you're gonna have breakout room 1, 2 until 5. Yeah. You can also recreate later on if you are using more breakout rooms. And you can allow participants to return to main session at any time actually, or you can allow them to the rooms are closed. So this is the setting. So basically, I'm just using this countdown after closing the breakout room. If you want to close the breakout rooms later, actually there is an icon like close all rooms. Then you're gonna close it. Then they're gonna have, depending on the timer that you set for them, so the room will close. For me, it's 1 minute because sometimes when I close it, some students are not yet finished, so they can just finish the task. That will be all. Okay, easy peasy, right, everyone? Not really difficult, yeah? I'm gonna go back into my screen. So no, I think this one is not my screen. Okay. So I'm gonna go back into my slide. Okay. Here we go. Now over here. Right. Now we are having our last moment. We have done the Mentimeter. Oh, it will be a long time to go. Okay, anyway. So, in teaching speaking, I mean, like, you can bring something old into something new, okay? Kind of like you are using your old flashcard. So start where you are, yep? If you are overwhelmed with all of the technology, remember, so you are in control of the technology, not the technology controls you. Remember that. So even though you are teaching online, do not forget the human touch. The human feelings, yeah, they need that more rather than they need the technology. The technology will help, okay? The technology will ease you up, but do not depend everything on the technology because we cannot just predict what will happen to the internet connection. Do not forget about that. So for me, I always prepare 2 things. Something that is offline, kind of like the manual cards, manual pictures, manual activities in Zoom, and the other one, the ones with the online platforms like Nearpod, like Google Docs, for example. But in case something is happening to my connection, I still have the backup. That's the purpose, yeah? So use what you have. For example, in your school, you have the flashcard, put all the flashcard home, bring them back home, okay? So you do not need to spend a lot of time preparing because I know online courses requires you to create something new from scratch. You know, I experienced that too, yeah? So do whatever you can. You do not need to do everything all at once. Just practice. Okay, so I'm gonna practice using Nearpod first. After I'm getting used to Nearpod, so I'm gonna move into another platform. That's with the platform. Like with the activities too, oh, I'm gonna I'm going to try with the dialogue first, okay? Next, I'm going to move into, incorporating listening to my teaching. And then next, I'm going to move into incorporate reading into my teaching, kind of like that. So do one step at a time. I mean, like, you're already stressful, don't add more stress, yeah? Make you happy. If you're happy, your students are happy, you know? Okay? So, yeah, in the end, we have reviewed the principles of teaching speaking, yeah? If you still remember, some of you, I wanted to unmute, okay? Yang tadi sudah ikut, boleh unmute, so we're gonna say it together. Still remember the principle of teaching speaking, everyone?
Yes.
What is number one?
Method is important.
Yeah, why the method is important? Number two, very good.
Easy to achieve.
Easy to achieve. Number three,
Crowd of voices.
a crowd of voices. Okay, number four, very good.
Peer center.
Peer center.
Peer center. Number five,
Early short.
Short discussion.
Number six,
General.
general feedback. General comments. Very good, everyone. Right, okay. So you should give applause to yourself, you know. Right, so you are doing this great. And we have also learned to engage students through simple yet interesting activities. And also you learn another app. And to understand what to prepare in teaching speaking online, actually you need to prepare the mentality of your students. Yeah, because some of them don't like English. Make them like English, okay? Don't make them hard to learn English. And apply and participate in the interactive online classes. I really thank you for your participations, you know. I really like it when the participants are participating in the training, so it feels like I'm not lonely anymore. I'm not talking like, TV broadcaster. So somebody is talking to me, kind of like, you are still human, I'm still human. So we are still related, although we are far away, yeah? So kind of like, get your students to feel kind of like they are engaged to your classroom, your online classroom. I know that you can do it, all right? Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for your participation. I feel honored to have you in my training. Now, we are coming into question and answer sessions. So I'm gonna go back into Mas Dana, yeah?
Yes.
So go ahead, Mas Dana, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Yuli, for the wonderful session. Now we're going to the Q&A session. I think we're starting from, there's a question from the chat box, so I think we'll start there. From Miss Nur Aisha, from Royal Wells School. Any suggestion, Miss Yuliana, for what are links that we can use, such as application or website that I can teach and use for grade 6 level, since they are going to have Cambridge checkpoint, as they get difficult comprehending reading and also apply writing skills, right?
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna type it in the chat box, yeah? So the application, I mean, like, it's not really kind of like very sophisticated applications, no, but it's helping, yeah? Nearpod.com, and then quizzes.com, if I'm not mistaken, Mentimeter to mentimeter.com. Menti.com is for the participant, yeah? But if you want to create some, go to mentimeter.com. And then what else that I can, I haven't tried with the video, but I want to try once. So I think the three of them are really useful in teaching languages, you know? Kind of like you can create for a warmer, as a filler, or maybe as a kind of like activities, like for grammar activities will be good, reading will be good, writing will be good, listening will be good too. Kind of like that, okay? All right. Okay. Anything else, Mas Dana?
All right, so I think that's it for chat box. So maybe anyone wanted to ask directly to Miss Yuliana, you can raise your hand. We'll pick you up. All right, anybody wants to ask directly? Wait, I think I'm seeing someone.
Okay, so if you want to comment, that will be also okay. If you want to ask question, that will be also okay. Right, reading, yeah.
Reading.
Oh yeah, one more thing, Padlet. So those are the applications that you can use. Yeah, Kahoot too, Nearpod.com, Quizzes, Mentimeter, Padlet. That will be good. You can also use, if you are teaching the higher grades, you can use Instagram story. I mean, like they have to post, a short story showing them how to make something and explaining thing, kind of like a mini video, a mini vlogger, mini vlog. Yeah. So using the Insta story will be good because they have kind of like the specific time. So you have to kind of like giving quite clear instructions. You have to post your Instagram story on Monday between what time do you want them to post, kind of like that. And they have to put a hashtag and they have to tag you too, kind of like that. Okay.
Okay. All right, Miss. So there's a question sent directly to me. How to develop the student skill in speaking if they have limited vocabulary, especially if they don't speak English whole time either at school or at home?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so actually, why they cannot learn a lot? Teaching vocabulary. Yeah. First of all, you have to remember English in Indonesia is English as another language, so EAL. It's not ESL. It's not EFL. So we use English for tests. We use English for exams. So can you imagine if somebody is studying English not for the purpose of communication, not for the purpose of communicating with others, but only for the task? What happens? They don't like it. Yeah. So, but one thing that you can do with having them immersing into vocabulary, repeat the activities, repeat the vocabulary in different activities. So like what I did earlier, I repeat the vocabulary, but in different activities. You have listening, you have speaking. If you are teaching writing, then you can just get them into write. Okay, fill in the blanks. Yeah. So that's the way that you can try to get your students into remembering the vocabulary without memorizing it, kind of like that. They tend to speak in Bahasa. So if they tend to speak in Bahasa, well, for me, I see when they speak in Bahasa, at the first time, I just tell them, I know that it is difficult. It's not your language, yeah? But this is the only chance you are, speaking English. Make use of it. That's the only thing. Because outside, after you have done with the Zoom, you're going to talk in your local language, in Japanese, Sundanese, in Batak, in Balinese, or in anything else, kind of like that. Yeah. So try to use it. We're going to have fun together. Yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you, Miss Linda. Okay. And then how to make them more skillful in writing. I think that's another topic that will be for another training. Grammar too. I know that grammar is really difficult to teach. Yeah, we don't have direct and indirect speech. Wow, that will be another topic for another training, I think, teaching grammar. But anyway, that's still possible. So if you look at the way I introduced the language earlier, you're going to use the story, you're going to use the context in which the language is going to be used. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully there will be more into teaching grammar training later on so that you can see it more clearly. Okay. I think that's all, Mas Dana, because I'm answering the questions in the chat box.
Yep. So I think it's already time also. So we're going to have to stop with the Q&A session. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Miss Yuliana, for your wonderful and amazing session. So maybe a little applause for Miss Yuliana.
Give applause to yourself.
Give applause to yourself. All right.
You are doing a good job.
Okay. So stay tuned. I know some of you were asking for the attendance form earlier. Some of you haven't filled out. Don't worry. We're still going to have a chance to fill it after this. But before that, we're going to have a group photo session beforehand. If you still have more questions, you can also send it to us through the link, the email displayed here, or you can also WhatsApp us at the number displayed. So feel free if you still have any questions or suggestions to us.